Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Chris Reel, Baltimore City guide and owner of Rent-A-Tour. Thanks so much for watching. Well, at least as of the time of this recording, baseball is on hold. And if you're anything like me, that's a huge bummer because I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. And opening day is one of my favorite days of the year. Not just because the weather's warming up and we can go back outside again, but because hope springs eternal on opening day. On opening day, everybody's tied for first place, even the Orioles. So without baseball, I thought today would be a good time to share with you a Baltimore baseball story. Now, there are a ton of Baltimore baseball stories to choose from. We can go all the way back to the late 1800s and talk about those great Baltimore Oriole National League teams that won 3 straight pennants with Hall of Famers like John McGraw and Willie Keeler and Wilbert Robinson. We can talk about the modern-day Orioles who've been playing here in town since 1954 when they moved from St. Louis. They've got 3 World Series championships of their own with great ball players like Brooks Robinson and Frank Robinson and Jim Palmer and Cal Ripken Jr. Maybe you've heard of those guys, all in the Hall of Fame as well. But I'd like to talk about a period of time in between. From 1903 to 1954, there was no Major League Baseball in Baltimore. Now, just because we didn't have a major league team, that didn't mean that there was no baseball at all. We had a minor league team, also called, you guessed it, the Baltimore Orioles. They played in the International League. And the Orioles were owned and managed by a former ball player named Jack Dunn. Now, Jack Dunn had a keen eye for talent. He prided himself on his ability to recognize young, up-and-coming baseball stars. He traveled around to high schools in the Baltimore area to scout these players out. In 1914, Jack Dunn found himself at St. Mary's Industrial School, and he watched a 19-year-old ball player take the field. Now, this ball player had been at St. Mary's Industrial School since before he was 10 years old. Spent most of his life there. He was born in the upstairs bedroom of his grandparents' house. But he was smoking and drinking before the age of 10. His parents decided he was incorrigible, and they sent him to St. Mary's. And when he arrived at St. Mary's, he learned some discipline. He learned how to sew shirts, and he also learned how to play the game of baseball. And he got pretty darn good at it. Jack Dunn immediately recognized this talent and decided he wanted to sign him up for the Orioles. But at the age of 19 in those days, this young ball player was too young to sign a legally binding contract. So Jack Dunn, for all intents and purposes, adopted this ball player. It didn't take long for his teammates to come up with a nickname, Jack Dunn's Baby, because of his age and because of the arrangement. Well, Jack Dunn's Baby made an immediate impact, and major league clubs took notice. In less than a year, Jack Dunn's Baby signed his first major league contract with the Boston Red Sox, and in 1908, he was traded to the New York Yankees. George Herman Babe Ruth would hit 714 home runs in his storied career and be among the very first inductees to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. But it all started right here in Baltimore. And you can visit the Babe Ruth Birthplace Museum just blocks away from Oriole Park at Camden Yards. You can stand in the room where Babe Ruth was born. It's pretty cool. I'd love to take you there myself. You can learn more about that and other tours on our website at www.rentatour.com. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please share, please like our Facebook page, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have an idea for a future story, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to look into it, research it a little bit, and come back with another Baltimore story real soon. But until then, wash your hands, keep your distance, and stop touching your face. So long.